Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Got an action-packed video here for today. Wanted to kind of go over this past weekend, a couple other notes, and then we'll go over today's gig work where I made money for the very first time on 3 different apps. So wanted to talk about that. First of all, I wanted to thank the new subscribers that I just picked up over the weekend. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Means a lot. Speaking of this past weekend, I mentioned in a previous video, my wife and I were going out of town. We did do that. We went to North Central Ohio, to Fremont, Ohio specifically. That's my wife's home turf, and visited family. We also did some gig work in between everything. So I did like 2 short dashes on Saturday, 2 short dashes on Sunday. The very first one, I was by myself while she was at an appointment. And then the other 3 dashes I did, my wife tagged along with me. And I want to say we did like 2 Instacart deliveries on her account over the weekend. So, but just with DoorDash, we made about 90 bucks over the 2 days. And it's different up in that area. Because there's no, see, here I have Meijer and Target, and that's where I get some of my, of course, Giant Eagle, the grocery stores, Aldi's. That's where I get like my higher pay, especially Meijer. It's where I get my higher paying orders. But up there, there's just an Aldi's that's on DoorDash, and then like your dollar stores. There's no Target there. There's no Meijer, Giant Eagle, none of that. So mostly what I was seeing is $4 to $8 orders, something like I got like a $10 shopping order from the dollar store, that type of thing. So yeah, if I was if I, a dasher there in that market is going to have to do things like completely different than what I do here in southwestern Columbus, Ohio area. Um, okay, now getting to today's dash. So logged in just after 6 o'clock. Had a couple $6.75 declines. You see here this Wendy's 8 miles. And then this one's even worse, going 9.2 miles IHOP. Then I get an Uber order. So that's what I start off with, was Uber. And so today was going to be kind of jacked up. I was going to have to stop 2 different times. First of all, I was going to have to stop at some point after 7 a.m. to pick up our dog from the groomer. So with this, I figured, oh, okay, $20. Yeah, it's 14 miles. The mileage is a little bit long, but okay, this is 6:28. By the time I go to Meijer, shop this, deliver it, come back, it's going to be past 7. So I'll just, I just logged off a DoorDash, accepted this order, and then, like I said, by the time I finish that, come back, then I just get the dog, bring him home, and jump back on DoorDash. So I get to, well, first, as I'm trying to analyze this and accept it, I hate when I get like, you know, offers on other apps at the exact same time that I'm trying to analyze something. So here we go, this 755 mile Parma cheesesteak, but I'd rather do a Meijer order. So this was a decline, and I forgot to turn off DoorDash, and they sent it to me again with a McDonald's stacked onto it. This right here actually isn't too bad. $13, 6 miles. Yeah, it's two pickups, 2 deliveries, but I would have done that. But like I said, I wanted to do the Meijer instead. So get to the store 9 minutes later. You see the the customer added 2 items and then took one away. So here is my actual shopping. Um, it was 2 things: the strawberries, blueberries, and then some Takis chips and a Smart Water. So easy. I don't think I got the shopping time here. I didn't, but it was just a few minutes, and deliver that at 7:05. So this took 37 minutes, and I did. You see there, $19. I did get the tip on this, and so there it is, right there. There's my tip on this Uber order, $19 in base pay. So logged off of Uber, went, grabbed the dog, brought him home. So all of that took less than an hour, and I logged back into DoorDash and get this pretty easy order here. I'm anxious to see, though. I forget how long this took me start to finish, so I'm anxious to see right now on this. But these shops went really quick. You see, it's only 3 items from Meijer, 4 on Target. Okay, so I go to Meijer first, get there at 8:01. No bake cookies, chips, and some Archway cookies. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Had that shopped in 4 minutes. Get to Target 10 minutes later. I thought this might, especially like the men's underwear, I was nervous about. The 2 things, the Colgate, the toothpaste, and deodorant, those are just a little from the travel section, the little ones. I found those real quick. That plunger was easy. Then it was off to the men's department. That actually wasn't hard. Those were on an end cap. I saw them as I approached the department. I found a package, a large. Scanned it. It was the right ones. Thank you. So this took 5 minutes. And so I get to the first delivery 12 minutes later. So now I'm at 41 minutes at the first drop off, and then it took me 7 minutes to get to drop off number 2. So 12.75, and here we go, folks. Here's the tip on the Target customer right there. Thank you very much. And then $4.50 from Meijer. So what was this here? So 7:51 to 8:39. What is that? 9:48 minutes for 17.25. That's okay. Had it been any more items than what it was, then this wouldn't have been a good order. But since it was such low item counts and nothing too terribly tricky, then this order worked out for me. Let's close all these out. Not doing it. $4 for a 1 item shop. I didn't take a screenshot, but the 1 item was like some kind of like contraceptive. So nope. Get that yourself, customer. Sorry. And then I take a $4.50 order. The next offer I get, but this is just McDonald's. Only 1.5 miles. It's going to be, obviously I don't have to shop anything. And this took me 10 minutes. Start to finish, 10 minutes, done. $4.50. Thank you. 2 and $2.50. Immediately I get this Dollar General. This really isn't much better when you think about it. It's not much better than that CVS, but I took this because Especially when I looked at the list here, cereal and milk, I knew that there's like a 95% chance they're gonna have these items. So that's why I went ahead and took this to, like my shopping stats and everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this and I'll get a shopping order under my belt because you're rated on your last 40. So, and I know they're going to have these two items. So let's do it. So get there 6 minutes later. This takes 1 minute to shop. So that's it. And delivered at 9:06. So 16 minutes I made my 525. 325 and $2 tip. It is what it is. Eight. I think I did this one 825, 2.5 miles CVS. There's your two items right there. Two things of these urinary tract tablets. Went right to that aisle. Both of them was there. Again, a 1 minute shop. Out of there. Went to deliver. And so this was how long? This took 13 minutes start to finish, made 825. So that was outstanding, dollars that, money per hour or whatever. That was a great order there, 325 and $5 tip. Okay, so that takes us to 1 minute later, 920. So I get this 1450 Aldi's, but 33 items, no thanks. And I'm trying to, I still want to take a screenshot of the list anyway. And then I get this pop-up message. And this is, of course, one of the subjects from today's video. A message from the urinary tract customer that I just dropped off. And it says, you see here, thank you, exclamations, 4,000 plus deliveries, impressive, exclamations. And I was like, that's interesting. I did not know this until today. So you're telling me that the customers are able to tell how many deliveries a Dasher has. Interesting. I did not know that. As a customer myself, I have not tried to find out details about a Dasher that's assigned to me. All I know is I place an order, and I'm one of the customers that I track the progress of what's going on. So if I wouldn't be one of these unresponsive customers. If the Dasher messaged me, I have my phone right there and opened up and kind of tracking the progress every couple minutes, so they'd be able to get a hold of me. Okay, but all I've ever known is like a Dasher's name. Susie is at your restaurant to pick up your order. Okay, Susie has picked up your order and they're on their way. Okay, that's all I know. When I place orders, all I know and all I care about is like a name. I haven't tried to see what the Dasher is rated or how many deliveries they have or any of this kind of thing. But apparently, now I know that information is obtainable. So next time I place an order, I'll have to look to see how this customer did this. Maybe it's not for all Dashers, maybe on certain ones, because see, folks, I don't think I like this idea. I don't like the fact that this customer was able to see. I guess it's one thing if it shows the customer like my customer rating. That's understandable. I could see why you would want to make that visible to a customer, but I don't understand the benefit to a customer of showing how many deliveries I've done. And like I said, I'm fine as a customer with just knowing a name. I don't know that I would want, like, let's see, let's use that fictional name again, Susie. Okay, so Susie has my order. Do I, as a customer, do I really want to click on her like statistics or whatever? And what if she only has one previous lifetime delivery? Do I need to see that? Then some customers might look at that. Oh, crap. This Susie is brand new. Oh man. I hope she knows what she's doing and brings the food here. And I don't know. Yeah. Or if let's say if the other case was true. Let's say I go to look and Susie has 10,000 deliveries. So what am I supposed to get all excited about? Oh, sweet! I got a dasher that's done 10,000 deliveries. Sweet. There should be no problems at all with Susie delivering my food. But that's not a guarantee. Anybody can mess up, or so I don't know. Maybe folks, maybe it's just me, but I don't think that should be visible to a customer. I don't see the benefit, and I don't think that you should be unnecessarily like bummed out that a dasher doesn't have that many deliveries or have some kind of inflated sense of security because they have a high number of deliveries. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think, but I don't like it. And it's not 4,000 delivery. It's actually over 4,100 to be technical here. Um, so I don't know. And in case you're wondering, I didn't respond to this. The I'd already dropped off the order. The order was closed out and everything. And then and then this pop up. Um, but anyway, I declined the Aldi's order. Okay, and then I get this 1650 8 mile, well actually about 9 miles, Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm probably not going to take this, but what's the two items anyway? Okay, two pairs of women's shorts. So now, okay, absolutely not am I taking this order. So hot decline. Wait 11 minutes, upside down Cracker Barrel decline. Um, I took this. I was back at home, and I took this. I don't know, dollar for dollar match. It's all taking place in zone. Let's do it. Let's do it. And this took a while, as you would imagine. 22 minutes for the 875. So that's I don't know. It's probably around $20 an hour. So it wasn't horrible. I had bad signal when I dropped off, so I never got a pay breakdown screen. So I just screenshotted the map, and that took me up to $44. Okay, then I get another bad Aldi's for $14. Mileage is low, but it's 24 items. And I didn't screenshot the items. I just had to wait 1 minute and check this out. $33. So this is paying more than double the Aldi's, and it's less items. 22 instead of 24. And yeah, the mileage is longer. It's going to South Columbus, but I'd much rather take this order right here. And I have a better chance of there being multiples on a Meyer order than Aldi's anyway. So I take this order and I'm on my way to Meyer, and I'm only a couple minutes into the drive, and I was like, oh crap. Oh, I just thought I got my DeliverThat order. I had to be there at 11:05. Okay, so this has got to, I've got to be not only done with this order, but back in zone, all of it in an hour. So I'm kind of like in my head, okay, so if I get to Meyer, you know, I ended up getting there at 5 after 10:05. So I thought, well, if possible, if I could get the shopping done and back out to my car at like 10:20, then I should be okay. Okay, when I took a look at the list, then I got more comfortable. I was like, oh, well, heck, this is like 19 of the items fit on one screenshot. Look at the multiples here. 6 of the 22 is just those SpaghettiOs. And then you got multiples of ramen noodles. You got the 6 SpaghettiOs and then the ramen noodles. That's 15 of the 22 items right there. Well, heck. Yeah, I should be able to do this and like a 15-minute shop. Um, so I had it shopped in what is this? 9 minutes. 9 minute shop. And folks, I was at a couple different spots in that store. I was actually running through the store. Um, I knew the only tricky thing was going to be the pork chops, and guess what? It was. I get up there and it was asking for thin pork chops, but I think I just got like regular. I didn't see like any other thickness cut of bone in pork. I mean, come on, man. It's like, man, like all these different varieties of stuff like this. I just got a pack of bone in pork chops, okay? And right at the weight that the customer wanted. Done. So, and also on the meat, it wants you to send the picture to the customer of what you picked out, which I did send that picture and then shop for all the rest of the stuff. Didn't hear a reply back from the customer on those pork chops, so must have been okay. So I went with it and checked out, and by the time I checked out and got everything into the car, like I wanted to be ready to go at like 10:20. Is actually 10:21. So that, outstanding. And took me 17 minutes to drop that off. So 18.75 and a 14.50 tip for 33.25. Outstanding. And so I, closed this out and logged off my dash. See the dash numbers here. So look at this. Was logged in for 2 hours 47 minutes. Only had 19 minutes of downtime. 7 deliveries, $77. That came out to active time. It was $31 an hour, and that total 2 hours 47 minutes. Even if you take the total time, it was like 28 bucks an hour. Can't read my writing. But yeah, that's a pretty good, short little dash. Then I was off to, come back to zone for this DeliverThat catering order. And I had actually accepted, this is another like 48 hour in advance order that I was able to accept back on Saturday. So Saturday is when I accepted this. Got a DeliverThat offer coming in. How cool is that, right? As I'm talking about. Okay, what do we got here, folks? So this is, I think I've seen this already. This is for Wednesday. This is Del Taco, but it's Whitehall, so it's the east side. $25 So this wouldn't be worth it for me. So that's a decline. Um, so and that's the only fast food place that I've seen on here so far is Del Taco. Um, so anyway, I come back to zone. I was actually early. I got to Stringtown Road area. I was in the shopping center that this is in about 10 minutes early. So I just kind of hung out for about 10 minutes and then went in, got the food. Um, and No, I'm sorry. This screenshot here is when I got to the customer. So I was supposed to be at the pickup at 11:05, which I did walk into the Piata right around 11:04, 11:05, something like it, right on time. The order they were just finishing it up. They only had like 2 containers left to put in the sacks. It was just 3 sacks. Just used 3 in my catering bag, 2 sacks of food, and then one sack had cans of pop. Easy. And this just delivered like a mile and a half away to like a eye doctor office. So the next screenshot is going to, and then I got to the customer at 11:14, you see there. And then here is my setup. Some of this stuff was already on the table. These bottles here was already on the table. This Chick-fil-A stuff, this stuff in the back. So basically, I set up this box here that has like utensils in it. Here's your main food right here, and then all these dressings and stuff like that was in another box. I took all those out and lined them up, and then the 2 salads. And you can't. I wish I knew how to upload a couple pictures because you can't. I didn't get it in one picture, but off to the side on this counter next to the sink is where I put the cans of pop. Um, but I just took a picture of the food, not the pop, and then completed at 11:24. And I didn't get any kind of screenshot with the pay here on this, but this paid $35.38. So for I can't believe this start to finish, even with a setup and everything. This only took, I guess, 19 total minutes from walking into Piata to getting to the customer, setting up, taking my picture of it. 19 minutes made $35. So that's outstanding. And no, this wasn't like $100 order like last week, but this was in zone. So I that $100 order had all the mileage going to like Westerville and back. Um, and this one, no mileage practically. And anyway, so that's it. That's it for today's gig work. I was potentially going to do another uh, gig job, totally different than what I've done before, and I decided to finally go ahead and make a video. That video is going to be posted tomorrow. So check out this video about a new type of opportunity that I've been trying to get into, and I've gotten on a new app. This is not food delivery. This is something else. And again, I'm going to shoot a video now about that to post for tomorrow. So check that out. But I have not. I missed out on the opportunity for today, but I still got some screenshots about that offer, and I'll talk about it and this kind of opportunity. Check that out tomorrow. So anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. Thanks again for subscribing. And until next time, thanks again.